Queen.
and
Oh,
Queen Newsome.
The
how you
royal
doing,
court is
Queen?
here. Queen
Oh,
Tisha and Queen Barbie, we're all
yeah,
here
Queen Barbie. Just the real Barbie.
in real life.
That's
Queen
it.
Barbara, how you doing, Queen?
I'm great. How are you, Dr. Newsom?
Yes, yes, you know how we do.
Joy, all right. So we have everything. We can get started.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty then.
Yes.
So we want to say hello to everyone. I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Tisha Winkler.
We're the Book Breakers. And we have an awesome cast with us from the, what is it?
The journey of a Newsome Queen.
Yes, we want to find out about that journey. I'm excited. I'm excited to find out about that journey. Okay. I'm not sure who to begin with. So
Queen Jennifer.
I'm gonna say Dr. Newsom. How
Okay.
did this pioneering idea come about with this journey of the queen?
You know, that's a good question. And actually, Queen, I want Queen Jennifer to start
Yes.
with such illustrious backgrounds.
Woo,
She may
all right.
Yes. Go ahead, Luscious.
Well, I would like to humbly thank, first of all, dear Queen Tisha and Queen Barbie for having us.
Thank you.
You know, we are we are self-funded, so we are not funded by any particular group. We believe in the vision of lifting women, and so we need those of like minds, hearts, and spirits that believe in the uplift of the female to give us voice. So I humbly thank you for this opportunity. I humbly thank my dear mentor, King Dr. Frederick Ware Newsome, for stepping up to be the executive producer of this great film. And I am blessed to be the producer. And how this came about, it was over nearly 5 years ago that I was in a period in my life where I was lifting females at that time, the woman, the queen, and posting beautiful photos and all of that, because I believe we have to replace mainstream media sometime and give our own praise to ourselves, because the mainstream may not do that. And so I'm proud to show the beauty of our women. And Dr. Newsome saw this in me just on Facebook, and he reached out to me. And it was a shock when he asked me, just because of my postings and my love of the woman, of the queen, to be the director of his beauty pageant.
Wow.
I was the Baltimore Newsome Queens.
Yes.
And so I was overwhelmed with joy. I got right on it that night after we talked. And mind you, this was approaching 2020. And that year, the whole world changed with the global pandemic. And so Dr. Newsome had paid for the venues and what have you for this pageant. We had, you know, all the beauty queens, and we had the numbers that we would bring up, the costume changes, but COVID put that to a halt. But being the powerful king that he is, and he raised me to find my own queendom, we were determined to crown our queens, even through a worldwide pandemic. And so we put our minds together and we said, well, let's do a film instead and find a location that is open. And so I am speaking history, because this is Journey of a Queen, the first one. And so it was our dear Queen Javie Pittman that had missed all of us being together from the first film and said, let's have a reunion. And I thought that was beautiful. I went to my mentor and said, King, do you think we can do a follow-up film with the senior queens from the first one and add on some new stories with our new queens? And he obliged. And so here we are with Journey of a Newsome Queen, which is really becoming a dynasty of its own, because my mentor says that there are women globally that want to now be a part of the film to share their stories. So that is the background of where we are today, moving forward with giving stories of triumph, giving stories of overcoming difficulties and women that know who they are and then are reaching back to get their other sister queens. So thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Oh, that was a beautiful introduction. Yeah.
But
She's always
what
eloquent.
stuck out with me is that you said it's for you to give women a voice.
Yeah.
I said that is so important because there are so many women, I mean, that have important things to share and contributions either back into society or their community, but they're not being heard because of the stigma. Like, no, you can't talk, you can't speak, you don't dress the part, you don't look the part. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with that. It's your experience. But I like that you said it gives women a voice.
Yes.
Wow, that resonates with me, and I'm sure it resonates with a lot of other women too. Yes,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
Excellent. That was excellent.
Yeah, it was excellent. So I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
What are some ways the journey of a Newsome Queen will motivate women to know their worth and to believe in themselves?
Awesome.
And that's open to anybody on the floor? Anybody?
Oh, sure, yes. Anyone.
Don't be shy. Everybody speak at one time.
I'm sorry, ask the question again.
Oh, sure. What are some ways the journey of a Newsome Queen will motivate women to know their worth and to believe in themselves?
I think some ways that it'll motivate some women is, let me put my camera on. I'm sorry, my apologies. Is by us telling our stories. When you share your story, that's how people connect with you. That's how we build relationship and trust and understanding for each other. So when we see that and we can relate to the next queen and say, I understand, I get it. And oh my goodness, she's telling my story, even though she's not telling my story. So I think that's a way of just being honest and transparent.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else who want to chime in?
Let me say this. Oh, who is that? Oh, go ahead, Queen. Go ahead.
When you're talking about a queen, there are so many queens that have been silent. They were afraid to share because they didn't know how the other person was going to respond to them. And this journey of a queen is letting women letting women know that I can share, I can speak, I can share what God has, has imparted in me. And there are women, that's what I love about the journey of the queen. Every queen is embracing one another. And when you have that, and you're being transparent, you're sharing your story. And one thing I love about Queen Jennifer, I thank God for her. There's no one too little or no one too small. Everybody matters. Every queen matters. And so what we do, we share. We share with each other. We embrace each other. We encourage each other. And the thing about it, when they begin to speak all that they have in them, like, wow, Look at God. Look at
Yeah.
you, queen. You holding this in. There are queens that needs to hear your story, your
Yeah.
testimony, where you have come from. Don't ever be afraid to
Yeah.
share your story, where you come from, because I tell you, you're going to bless someone else. So just speaking your truth. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Mm.
Yes.
My goodness, y'all so powerful. I think I'm gonna shut up.
Someone else share. Share.
Hey,
Miss Schaefer, you have something to say?
hey.
Oh,
What's
did
that?
I unmute?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I've been trying to unmute so I could jump in. I think coming from a place that it was always taught to be ashamed of our background,
Mm.
really
Mm.
different, because Queen Jennifer opened up some doors
Mm.
that I was kind of scared to walk through.
Ooh.
So, but in walking through, not only did it empower me, but it took me out of places of darkness, because when God was trying to use me, I kept getting challenge after challenge. Every time it would be an event, and she wouldn't know, because of course I don't want to share nothing negative, but I said, God, I know you got something in store good for me, because I keep getting all these obstacles every time Jennifer has an event or we're supposed to be getting prepared for filming, and it was challenges through family, and I'm still trying to hold a smile, but to go and be just surrounded by the love that was shared and the connections there, my fear dropped. Any depression that I might have been worried about, whatever's going on with the different obstacles, I knew it was just a distraction, and avoid that distraction and still focus on what God wanted us to get our stories out. And it was so amazing. Like, each person, they don't know the love they poured into you with a simple hug and sitting next to you. And those little things I will carry for life. Like those moments during filming, everything that we went through, that's lifetime. So it was so much bigger than just sharing my story, because people don't know what they did for my soul.
Wow. That's awesome.
That is an awesome story.
You used the word, you said you all empower each other. And yes, that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Empower.
Empower.
Yes, awesome.
Because we are
And you know
stronger
what?
together.
I really see the journey of a Newsom Queen. I see you going on Broadway.
Ooh.
Thank
Oh,
you, God.
okay now. Come on, G.
Right now,
All
yes.
right.
Let the prophet speak.
Wonderful.
Right. Yes.
May I please interject, because I want our dear director
Yes.
to have words, because this was just a thought process for me and my dear mentor, King Dr. Frederick Ware Newsom, but it was this queen that brought this from a mental thought onto reality. And so I've been knowing this beloved queen for, I believe, over 30 years. We have been fellow artists for years and trying to do a project together. And we finally did it. And so I want to hear from her what this process was, because we can't continue without the one that brought it all together and brought it to life.
Definitely.
Yes.
Evening, everyone. Sister Jennifer, you
There you go.
really didn't have to do that. I'm not much, of a talker like that, but like she said, we've been knowing each other for over 30 years. Again, it's Angela Muhammad, and I'm the director of this beautiful project. And one thing I wanted to add on with the question that you asked earlier, how will women be inspired? I think it's important for all of us to share our story. I know the sisters have said that already, because a lot of times when you're going through something, you feel that you're by yourself, and you're alone. But when
Yeah.
you hear the stories of these women, of these
Right.
sisters, these queens, and how they were able to overcome and what steps they took, you know, that can and will inspire other women to say, you know, she did it. She was in this situation just like I was in this situation. I'm in the situation now, you know, whatever the story is. And they know that they would be able to overcome. So
Yes.
yeah, I just wanted to add that little bit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And being my company is Vanguard Television Studios, and Vanguard, which means being like in the forefront. We want to be in the forefront of being able to share stories by Black women and women of color, and showing women in a positive light. So when Sister Jennifer came to me with this project, it was definitely right up our alley. So I want to thank Sister Jennifer, Dr. Newsom, and all the sisters that we work with for allowing us to bring their story to the screen.
All right.
Thank
Woo-woo.
you.
Yes.
Thank
Y'all
you so
see,
much.
y'all we got all these amazing
Yes.
queens.
I don't know
These
the
amazing
requirements.
queens.
Yes.
Queen Muhammad, she has such, it was so easy to work with us. She made each and every queen so special, very humble, and how she, you know, engaged and embraced and encouraged us. And so I just want to thank you, Queen Andrew. It was my first time meeting you, but I felt like I've
Oh,
known you
thank you.
forever. You know, and when you're dealing with like-minded women, queens, it
Yeah.
makes a difference. It really does. And so, because Queen Jennifer, what I love about you, every voice matters.
Yeah.
Every voice matters.
Yes.
Yes.
And so we are strong and together. And so I just enjoyed that time with the ladies and Dr. Frederick. Thank you for embracing the vision. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yes.
A man, a king. Amen.
Yes. Yes.
Amen.
Listen, you queens are straight royalty. That's all I see you as, royalty. God's royal women. That's it.
All right.
Amen.
Any man tell you anything less, he's a liar and the truth is not in him. Come on, somebody.
All right, you better preach.
I'll tell you something.
So I had to go back and tell him that then.
So, till you get the next question, I wanted to find out what your requirements for being a part of your, you know, your nuisance women's. I'm saying it all wrong. Journey of a queen, right? So, what would be some of your requirements?
let
King,
me
did you want me to take that?
I'll do part of it, then you do the other part.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sure.
Yes, sir.
So part of the requirements, and me and Queen Jennifer, was it 2018, 2019, Queen Jennifer? I can't remember the year.
I believe on the tail end of 19, going into 20.
20. So me and Queen Jennifer, when we started with the Newsom Queens and the pageant and everything,
Yes.
her and I was discussing, and we actually set a criteria for the queens.
Mhm.
They couldn't be catty, they couldn't fight, they couldn't be arguing with each other, and any that brought that attitude to the table could not be a Newsom Queen. And me and Queen Jennifer laid that format right off the start, right off the beginning. And I said, no, the Bible says this: cast out the scorner and strike with sin.
Yes.
In other words, cast out the troublemaker, and you
Yeah.
won't have any trouble. And Queen Jennifer, her and I just followed that format to this very day. That's why these amazing queens are so beautiful. They're so awesome. It looked like everybody get along as family because they are family. They're in
Yeah.
God's family. You can't be in the church fighting and fussing and arguing. No, can you do that? Right? You can't do
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
You can't do that here. And Queen Jennifer and myself, we agreed this was the format we was going to bring to the table and let the queens know that this is what we want to do, because you can't have, the Bible says, how can two walk together except they be agreed? So if they're not agreeing, then how are we going to walk
Yeah.
together? It's impossible. It can't happen. So you see these amazing queens. We just looked at how God was moving in people's lives, in their lives, and said, "Wow, they would be awesome and they would be amazing." Queen Jennifer, you pick it up from there, Sister Queen.
Yes, sir. And I concur with you. And I also want to say that I was attracted to the philosophy of King Dr. Newsom because he had pageants where there was not competition. I come from a pageantry background, and it is always competing, who's the prettiest, who's the best, who has the longest eyelashes.
Right.
That's not my spirit. That's not, and I know that is why we attracted to one another, because he said, Queen, there would not be this one queen. You all are equal.
Yes.
All are the same. And this is a philosophy that I believe if we take this globally, we will end the cattiness, the fighting, the gossiping, because we won't feel that we have to be better. We will hold one another's hand and we will love one another.
Right.
We will appreciate one another's gifts and beauty, and any impediments, we will step in and fill in for one another. And so that is why I was attracted to his philosophy. And I told him, wherever God takes me around the world, I will lift his name, because Queen Nina, is not too many men that will come and be a good shepherd over women. Most men would try to get in your underwear. My sisters, I'm getting tired. This man talked to me at 1 p.m. and 1 a.m. and it was only like a big brother. He didn't come on to me. He didn't try to get me in bed. I'm talking to you about a king. You understand? And so you get me started, because we can't really go anywhere without the divine protection of our men. We can go here and there. That is their job by us, from God, is for them to protect us so we can roar like I'm doing. You understand? It's because a man came around me like Zacharias. He was a protector of that woman. You understand me? And so I told my mentor, I said, King, we got to get our men. And he said, Queen, pipe down. We're going to get the woman first.
Girl, you talk about.
You understand? He said, no, Queen, we lift that female. And I believe we got a hold on the female. Then we go get our brothers. And King, you were exactly right. Because when he came into my life, I was a little kitty cat. But he kept grooming me, not coming on to me, but shaping me until I can roar now. So I give homage to my mentor of a lifetime that God gifted to me, so that I can go back and get our queens. It's a divine job, and it's like a marriage or a mother and father, that we are replenishing this earth. It can be two that do it, so don't play yourself short. My dear sister Queen, the 10 of us on here can change the planet, and we're doing it. So you asked the right question. I'm going to simmer down, because my mentor would sit me down, because I will go. But this is a special king that we are dealing with, and I pay homage to you wherever I am blessed to trod. I will always pay homage to you. That was my dearly departed mother's training. As you don't get too big for your britches, little girl. You remember there was a group of people that helped you to get where you are. So her student, and I am your student, my dear mentor, King Dr. Frederick Ware Newsom.
That's truly a big honor and truly a big recognition. And I thank God for you. And I thank God for these amazing queens that God have blessed you to have under your awesome leadership. And when I tell each queen, at least I can only speak for Newsom queens, when I tell each queen, build your queendom. Your queendom. Somebody may say, well, King Newsom, what is my queendom? The people you are in charge of and the people you have control over. You're in charge of your family, your children, your school, your church, your neighborhood. That's your queendom. Imagine if each one of you just took charge of your queendom. Don't worry about nobody else's queendom. Just yours. You got enough family members. You got enough people on your job. You got enough people in your church. You got enough people in your home. You got enough people in your neighborhood. Just start with those 5.
Yeah.
You don't need 10 million. You don't need to travel around the world. Start with those 5 areas and build your
Yes.
queendom. I'll guarantee you, God will yet continually enlarge your territory. Because as you're building and building, you're getting more strength and power, because the saying goes, there's great safety in numbers.
Mhm.
Build your numbers. As you're building your queendom, you're building your numbers. You're building your queendom. You're building. I look at Queen Tish Winkler. This woman has like 89,000, or I don't know how many likes.
I got the story.
I don't know. Queen Tish, what's the last amount of likes that I see? Last I remember, 89,000. I don't know, man. My God, that's a lot.
Yes.
Build. I
Yes.
promise you, God will enlarge your territory, even if you don't even recognize it. Queen Jennifer ran for DC Council.
Yes.
That's not no small challenge,
Yeah.
but she did it. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? So she has built her queendom even hugely in DC and in other states and in other cities. This is what I'm talking about. You don't have to be loud and boastful and bragful and all that stuff. Just talk to people. I
Yes.
guarantee you, just your little simple conversation. Remember when God spoke to the prophet Elijah? And he told him to work through the whirlwind, through the fire, through this, all these massive things. But then what came? A still small voice. That's what
Mhm.
we need. A soft answer turns away strife or wrath. A soft answer. You don't need to yell, you don't need to shout. No, just a little soft answer. I guarantee you, you will bring great men and women to their knees if you just give them a little soft answer. You don't have to be loud, full, and all that. No, you don't have to do none of that. People ask me, like, why don't I get upset? And why don't I do this? I said, if I get upset, what does that do? It doesn't do nothing. But if I talk to you in a simple way, it and that's all I'm saying. Listen, y'all, the queens are doing such amazing things. Now I begin to work on the queens, on the kings, because now I see the queens. Women have a tendency can carry their own. Men are a different struggle.
Woo.
I told Queen Jennifer, I said, no, sweet, you gotta hold on, because these brothers not like women. You gotta take them by the doggone hand, and you gotta show them step by step. I said, this doesn't even make no sense. But this is what I have to do with the kings, because a lot of them not familiar with being around a lot of women, and they think every woman likes them. No, they don't. They do not like you. But this is what I have to do. They think if Queen Tish says, oh, she wants to go on a date, oh, she loves me. No, she do not love you.
I just want to get a meal.
She just want to eat. Okay. But that's what I have to do with the kings. That's why I couldn't so readily do the kings, because they are a handful. And that's yeah. Go ahead. I just had to interject that in there.
Well, I had one last question, but it's kind of similar to the first question, the last question. But what are some characteristics and morals youth and queens should display in their community and environment?
Beautiful.
Wow. I
question.
like that.
Oh, beautiful question.
Queen Jennifer, I like Queen Jennifer.
Jennifer has spoken. I yield.
Queen.
Whatever queen has something to say on the characteristics, because they certainly embody them.
They
certainly embody them. Let me see. Can I pick on it? Do I have to pick on somebody? Queen Michelle, I see your eyes twinkling.
Yes.
That's who I was thinking.
The characteristic, I think, are critical, that we are challenging ourselves daily to die to self, and that we are doing what God has called us to do. So I think is we can't have just our own opinion because it is greater than all of us, and we've been connected for a reason. So I think it is our life has to speak it, and that is how I came into contact with Queen Jennifer in the first place. I was only donating some clothes to her because somebody recommended her through the church I was attending, and then I was just so amazed and inspired by her pictures that she was posting. And I was always a quiet person, not posting pictures and not doing stuff, but I felt drawn to the work that she's doing. When I would see her out there, it could be freezing, snow, rain, whatever, by herself. And I wouldn't commit to stuff. I just would pop up down there. And I think it challenged me because it created a hunger to be a part of this. And I think we all have to have that. Our life should really speak the volumes that we're doing. I think there is no deed too small. And if we do our part, so part of our part is just we are all human, and of course no one's perfect. If we're waiting for us to be perfect, no one ever will be there, but we are striving for perfection. And what it all together, our work shows that we're operating in excellence to honor God, to help the less fortunate. And by her, everyone is kings and queens. It taught me on another level that we're all equal. Like when we're down there, you get someone and start praying with them, or give them a pair of socks, and it is just showing that we really have a lot of work to do. But I think the selflessness because when everyone goes down there, there's nothing too small that you're doing, and sometimes just showing up is enough for her and the people we're serving. And I think that's how we have to operate. We really have to get away from self and really focus on letting our life speak. And I think that's how our light is shining. So David.
Awesome. Love it.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah. I want to let all of you queens know, and King, Dr. Newton, you all have captivated my heart by your camaraderie. I mean, it's genuine. There's no puffed upness about you. There's no fakeness about you. I mean, and your answers, you just captivated my heart. I just want you all to know that. I think you queens are awesome, and King.
And King.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
That is nice. Thank you, Queen.
Oh yes. We would like to know, can you let the audience know on where will the journey of Anisha Women, on where will be located in the film if people want to buy tickets?
Yes.
Because we want our own.
Yes. Here's some popcorn.
We're actually going to be showing it February 10th at 4 p.m. at the Baltimore War Memorial Building. And that's at 101 North Gay Street. We have a flyer that we've been sending out. Tickets are $15. You can either do Cash App, $ Newsome Empire, or you can go to our website, newsomeawards.com, and you can purchase your tickets. We only have about 5 or 6 vendor spaces left. They're only $35. And we just want a great showing on February 10th. And so just get your tickets, invite your family, your friends. Queen Alicia Jones, I can't wait. Let me say something about Queen Alicia. Hold on. Queen Alicia is going to be one of our singers for that. She is an amazing, beautiful Newsome queen. This sister queen is. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and y'all can take it any way you want to, but I think God has just given me the best women on the planet. I'm like, you're gold. You're like diamonds. You're like that earthen treasure that somebody finally dug up and looking at its value. You queens bring so much to the table. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna keep in. Listen, you think I'm encouraging you now? There's some things to come that y'all gonna say, "Oh no, he did not." I'm telling you. I'm telling you already. Oh yes, he did. So I'm telling you, I'm not gonna tell y'all what the stuff that's coming up that I'm working on, but God is doing some great things, and I'm telling you, all y'all gonna be a part of what God is doing. All of you gonna be a part of what God is doing, and it's gonna be awesome. And it's gonna be, y'all gonna be like, okay, shoot, y'all just wait. I can't tell y'all much right now, but I'm waiting for some more things to fall into place, and then once those things fall into place, then I can tell you a whole lot more than what I'm telling you now. So yeah, I would say, get ready. Y'all might as well get ready. Get ready for the ride.
Get ready.
Me and Queen Jennifer are gonna get prepared for the after this one, Journey of Newsom Queen 3. So y'all might as well get ready. So a lot of Queen Jennifer. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, and let me say this, and then I'm gonna let Queen Jennifer take up. Realize there's about 200 of you. I just will bring all of you together at one time. There's about 200 Newsom Queens around the country and around the world.
Wow.
I just will bring all of you together at one time. So when y'all see me talking to all these different people, I talk to a lot of people all the time. There's about 200 Newsom Queens around the country and around the world.
Yes.
But y'all see me working with the ones here, but they're everywhere. God has given us an amazing network and building the Newsom Kings. Oh my goodness. God has given us an amazing network of people. So just believe there's a whole lot more of you amazing queens around the world. And I'm telling you, I put on Facebook, I said I want 1,000 Newsom Queens because there's something else I have coming up that every queen will take part in. Saying it in the line and seeing it in action is two totally different things. So right now I'm pursuing 1,000 Newsom Queens around the planet, but there's something I have coming up that those 1,000 queens are going to take part in. So it's not just gathering to gather them. There's something that's coming behind that. So I'm telling you, God is doing a great work. Some people get on board and some don't.
Get on board.
Come on, somebody.
Anybody else have anything to add? Because our time has run out. Oh, I have enjoyed this.
I'm loving it.
Well, I guess I'll just say we do have several more cast members. We are representing the larger cast. I want to acknowledge our assistant director and editor who was not able to be here, but he also is instrumental. Brother Enoch, King Enoch.
I love that name.
Tied everything together, and I call Sister Queen Angela and Brother King Enoch basically our dynamic duo. So professional. He took all of the footage and just made our final product, and we did have an initial online screening where we had a beautiful showing at Queen Angela's suggestion, just to get the ball rolling, to get the buzz out. And we are so excited to now present it to the world in person. And so I just want to encourage us to continue to love ourselves first, so that we can truly love our neighbor. It starts with self, and I love you all. My heart has been fashioned by the Creator. I say it all the time. I don't have to know you. I do not have to know you, but I love you. And I believe that it is love that is going to change the scourge that is on the planet. And Newsom, you are correct. It is the female. We have to cultivate her. She is the mother. She is the usher board leader. She is the leader in the community. She is, if her attitude is right, and if she's right, then we can regenerate positivity through her. And if she is not right, then you see what's happening now. And so take a few, like the disciples. Jesus worked on a few, and change the whole planet. And so I am in that mindset. And if we just stay in unity, we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us.
Yes.
And we are doing it right now. And so I love each of you. Thank you. My dear sister Queen Tisha and dear sister Queen, the true and living Barbie.
Yeah,
Barbie. Hello, Barbie. With the opportunity, looking forward to embracing you all in Baltimore on February 10th and embracing all of you to join us.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Looking forward to it. So blessed.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And we would just like to first we'd like to thank God for the opportunity and just for letting the book breakers interview you. We're just so honored. I mean, we were tickled pink all week. I was just so excited because I see the women all the time on Facebook, and I love being a Newsom queen. What about you, Barbie?
Y'all so sweet. My goodness.
Absolutely.
And let me say this real quick. All y'all look so amazing at the Newsom Awards. I'm looking like, who's these women? Listen, y'all look so gorgeous at the Newsom Awards. My God. Listen, people like, that's the best show you ever put on. I said, well, it was so amazing. And you queens showed up and showed out. And I feel so good. Y'all make me look so good. Y'all make me look so good.
No, I hate to go.
I know.
You can invite us back for part 2.
I can always sing a song.
No,
okay.
We have enjoyed you all, king and queen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh God. Thank you so much for coming on the Book Breakers podcast. And we'll have you back again.
Yes.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. So I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Tisha Winkler.
We're the Book Breakers.
And Bobby, what is our slogan?
No, why don't you say it?
I always like that when you started off.
Yeah, right. We encourage you to accomplish your dream.
Keep dreaming. Thank you, everyone. We love you.
You're
Much
welcome.
success. See you on February 10th.
February 10th. Yes.
Love you, Dr. Newsom.
Yes.
Thank you, Queen.
Good night.
Barbie. All queens. I love all of y'all.
Love y'all.
Love you back.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
My mind's stuck.